Alrighty then, so swap to this, turn that on, and then let's turn down this bard music, stop that, and switch over to the other panel. Alrighty then, so quick sound test. I thought I turned that off. Stop. Okay. Alright, so quick sound test just to begin. Let me just message Matt. Ready. Alright, so just to begin. So, Infernal.
Hello.
Okay. Harlan.
Hello.
Sudz.
Hello.
And Simon.
Hello.
Alright. So, hopefully everything should be okay. Hopefully. Like, I haven't changed anyone, and unless Discord's done something, it should all be okay. I should actually write down the numbers that I have you all at, so... yeah. But otherwise, alright, all good. Excellent. Now, so, quick introduction. So hello everybody, and welcome. Oh wait, what? Why has it done that? Hold on. Sudford screwed up! It's using my... oh my goodness, it's using my other one. Hold on. Let's do that. Alright, there we go. Now if I switch it to this, does it do the same? It does! Oh, I need to rename this. Hold on. Rename to overlay. Get rid of that. Then, the name already exists. Alright, yeah, I need to rename it to overlay 3. Whoops. Alright, and now I need to change...
National streamer, by the way.
Shut up! Hey, this is technical difficulties. I did not realize that this was a thing. And, okay, it's screwed up because it's duplicate. Got it. Alright, well, fine then. I'll just do this. Alright, there we go. I'll just leave it at that and I'll solve that issue later. I think it's because I just duplicated it. So, I'll just create another one. So, Simon, are you even in tabletop?
Oh shit. Normally I don't go in right away because I don't like being in it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we're about to get started, but I
No.
left it late.
No, he just doesn't like tabletop. He takes offense at it.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, tabletop.
How low did I roll on my HP on this character?
Low.
Yeah. I just noticed I have 10 HP lower than the other one.
Tabletop? Why are you windowed? Who gave you permission to do that?
This. Okay, then I delete this. Actually, then.
Tabletop isn't your servant.
Yeah, it is.
And then if I remove this, because it doesn't matter, yes, I wish to remove that, then I do that. There we go. So, that's
There we go.
other. Then I need to rename this to tabletop overlay main. Alright, cool. Problem solved. So, I have solved my stream issue. Right. So, welcome everybody. Let's start again. Unfortunately, Sam is late, as per usual. So, until he gets here, we will be continuing as normal, and hopefully he shows up partway through the session. He hasn't said anything, no messages, no nothing. So, he might be dead, I don't know. Quick reminder to players to, how shall I say it, get your character sheets ready, know what you're going to do, and be ready. I'm going to quickly pull up Sam's character sheet so I can actually know what his stuff generally does. Alright, so. Right, so quick announcements. Thank you to Tabletop Audio for allowing me to use the audio stuffs that they provide. They're a good service. I recommend going and checking them out if you run your own D&D games and you just want ambient sounds, whether it be through Discord like me or whether it's just in a real life situation. Just have it up on your tablet and just play the sounds. Pretty good. You got a lot to choose from. They've got sci-fi in there. It's not just fantasy, and it's made specifically for this kind of thing. So it's perfect. So go check them out. Go check that out. And they run off of and it's free as well. So they run off of donations and Patreon. So go over there and check that out. Zenersa, who is the artist, does all the art for this. I haven't used anything in this session, I don't think, that she has done recently, but all the same, thank you for that. Still getting art from there, so go check that out. And to pyromancer.com, who currently, unfortunately, there is no easy way to contact them because you can't copy their email address from the Contact Us tab because it opens up Microsoft Mail, but it doesn't let you copy and paste the email address. So yeah, if you're from pyromancer.com, get in touch, would be useful. And yeah, they allow the use of being able to make maps like this, which my players will be experiencing very shortly.
We are very excited.
You're very
Yeah.
you should be.
And when I say excited, I mean absolutely terrified.
Yeah, they are, because unfortunately Sasha's not there. But I'll be getting that momentarily.
Well, actually, that's me. I'm fine and safe. This lot can.
Yeah,
die
if there's a team wipe, you're not going to be dead, so that's not too bad.
Wait, who's got the revivification spell?
Elsyan, but unfortunately
Definitely
Elsyan
do.
does not have any diamonds, so he can't use it yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if any of us die, it will definitely be Elsyan anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, if any of you do actually die, there is a way for you to be resurrected, but that's for you guys to find out and discover and so on. Anyway,
That's not a good way.
so
No, there are nice ways to be resurrected.
there are nice ways. Yeah, you can go to priests. You haven't asked what temple is in this city, so you don't know what deity you'll have to work for, but who knows? So
Yeah, you will be put into cosmic debt.
yeah, let's go with that. So, does anyone else has anything else to say? No.
Good luck, you fools.
Yes, good luck indeed. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, last session our party of adventurers, Sasha, Queglod, Elsyan, Bhold and Malcom spent what day they had travelling around the city of Adamanthia, performing tasks which each of them needed in order to bring themselves closer to their own personal goals. During these adventures, Malcom stumbled across a young student named Ingrid, who pointed him towards a scholar and teacher at the Griffin Academy, Professor Flind. Upon arrival and request to speak to Professor Flind, the party witnessed an explosion that shattered the upper corner of one of the buildings. The party, with the exception of Sasha, who is elsewhere, watches as the explosion sunders the wall and rubble is thrown across the academy courtyard, students running and taking cover as best they can, while others cower away. As the rubble settles and the dust slowly calms, a humanoid form in blue and purple robes soars out of the dust cloud about the building, landing harshly against the cobble walkway of the courtyard. The figure doesn't move, seemingly lifeless. Another figure, far larger in size, rockets towards the human before them, and between a now defensive set of elementals stands a large creature, 10 foot in height and wrapped in bandages. The figure looms and steps over, a large red scarf-like bandage blustering in the wind. A single diamond-shaped crimson ruby adorned its wrapped head, and each hand showing a flurry of 5 blades, each about 1.5 foot in length in place of its fingers. The dust settles, and now in the place of the collapsed building side are 3 figures standing atop what is left. Another 2 of those bandaged-wrapped creatures, and a humanoid in a black cloak and hood, holding what looks to be a staff and a tome filled with an array of papers, and a shard of red and purple energy hanging from their neck. So, I would like all those present, everybody, including Sasha, to roll initiative, please. I think it's best that I reveal.
Anyone remembering with these things yet? Oh no!
Yep.
When were these guys?
Guess that I
I'm sure
guessed
recognize that.
correctly.
Oh no.
Shit.
Queglod's going last.
Alright, time to roll for...
No, why am I first and all of you guys are the fucking last?
Which one was Sam's die? That was Elsyan's die. Oh man, that was
Oh,
about to be a
it's
third
all
one.
the
I
other
would have been happy with that.
When did we meet these guys? I can't.
Oh,
It's the fucking poltergeist.
they're the geists. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say they almost killed one of the previous characters. Do you remember when you saved them? When you had Kimiar with
I
you?
do.
Yeah.
I do remember this.
Alright, so
with,
elementals roll a 12 plus their natural what? What is their natural thing?
It's annoying that
Two.
if you ult on the fucking
Okay.
background, you get to see a big version of it.
Wait,
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's a big tile.
what did we add to it?
You add your initiative to your roll.
Uh,
It's just because I use base stats, it doesn't have initiative, it only has their dex mode, which is basically what it is. And now for the Geist, okay, also a 12.
What's with the rest in peace?
What do you mean?
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
That's
that's
the
the
person.
human that was
That's the
thrown
person.
from the
right.
thrown from the building in blue and purple robes. You don't know who that is.
Oh.
Just imagine there are students currently scattering and running. From what you can see.
Chris, why did you lie to me?
What do you mean?
You said there was one guy.
There is.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
There is one
That's
guy.
not the fucking point.
What are you talking about? There is one person. Ah, you rolled poorly, my friend. Alright. So, 25 to 20.
22.
22. Nicely done. Alright, so
It's a not 20.
20 to 20 to 15. Elsyan got a 15 there. Or no, got 16 rather. 20 to 15. 15 to 10, anyone?
The rest are...
Nope.
No.
5 to 1.
I got a 4.
I got a 3.
And Sasha?
Sasha?
I also got
Sasha's
a
not-
1.
Yeah.
Is that
With
just
a
base
minus
1 or is your
1.
dex minus 1? So it's 0.
My dex is -1, so it's a 0.
Queglod, what is your dex is +2, right?
Yeah, it was a 3.
Okay, so you're ahead of that one. Bhold, you're first. Surprise, surprise.
That's my not 20. Now I'm gonna roll only one, so...
Yeah, it's fine. It's your single nat 20 for the night. It's fine.
It's fine.
Well,
I've
you
used
got
up
the other
mine that
dice,
one,
though.
so-
Yeah, you got the other dice
Yeah,
if you
you got
want to
the-
use it.
I roll a 1.
If you need it, in case of emergencies, Infernal has this die because unfortunately, seemingly, tabletop hates him. I don't know what. I can't think why. Alright, so, Behold, you are the top of the initiative. Malcom, you are next after 3 other things.
Oh goodness.
One of which is
Three
one
other
of which is
things?
Elsyan.
Oh yeah,
I like how we refer to Elsyan as a thing.
The
He's not here.
elementals are on our side, right?
yes.
God, I hope so.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think so.
I can dash if I consume my bonus action or my entire action.
Your bonus action. Oh no, it is your action to use to dash because you're not a rogue. So you can still frenzied rage and run forward. That's a viable thing you can do.
But then I'm there to get attacked.
True.
Oh yeah, I can attack him with my bonus action.
No, because you can only do that on follow-up turns because you would have used your bonus action to frenzied rage.
Oh, so on, so on. Follow.
Yeah, so frenzied rage will take your bonus action. Dashing will take your action. Otherwise, you move 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can get to here, this general line. By the way, this is a fence. If you want to go over it, you're going to have to do, or a brick wall. If you want to go over it, you could have to do a strength check or athletics check, unless your natural athletics is 2 or higher.
Or I can go all day.
That is a giant wall. That's going to require you to climb.
Oh, that's a wall?
Yeah, it's a wall. It's not very clear, but it's a stone and iron wall. Yeah. Keep that in mind.
Well, I'm gonna frenzy raging.
But you're not going to frenzied rage?
I am.
You are. Okay, so you mark off one of your rage and you go into a frenzied rage. You can move up to here, or were you not going to dash?
Nah, because I can attack and he's gonna get a turn before my next one.
Okay.
That's not gonna be nice.
Okay, cool. So you
Just make sure you do attack in your next turn, or you'll lose your rage.
Yeah. So you watch as Behold, after this, all of these events transpire, and this large bandaged figure stands before you all. you watch as Bhold just goes into a frenzied rage, pulling out his great axe and running forward. Alright, next on the initiative is the Geist, who is going to take 2 lumbering steps forward and is going to perform a attack. He's going to perform a single attack on the elemental in front of him. You know, he's going to perform. Yeah, he's going to perform 1 attack first. That is a 9.
That's a total of 200 damage. Wow, who would expect it?
No, that is a 25 to hit though. And on the second follow-up attack that he gets, that is a 14 to hit, and both of which I believe hit. Yes. All right, so he does. Find out how much damage this does, shall we? Are you prepared? Are your butts prepared?
Over 100.
Are your butts prepared for this? That is 21 points of slashing damage.
Oh my.
As the elemental,
Bye, Elsyan.
yeah, as you watch as it rakes across with its metallic claws just off on the front of the elemental, you watch as chunks of its main core and chest are just ripped apart, and as it goes to raise its other arm, it's enough to partially block the attack and stop it from being completely obliterated as the next attack is brought up from its other hand as it swipes upwards, destroying the arm and exposing the main core of the elemental that's there. Following on to the next person in initiative, which is Elsyan. What do you guys think Elsyan would do in this given situation?
Run away.
Okay.
You're
Probably
basically in
see if
control of
he
it.
Mind
Queglod. Or not Queglod.
Probably see if he can't mess with that thing's mind in some way.
Okay. So what kind of thing are you looking at here when referring to that?
Well, obviously there's straight damage, but
See, this is the
I
thing.
think
He can use the following. He can use Ego Whip,
Mhm.
which I have no idea what it does. Does 3d8 psychic damage in their field of safety out, leaving it able to use its action on its next turn, only to take the dodge, disengage, or hide action. This is on a failed save as well, an intelligence saving throw. On a successful saving throw, it takes half as much damage.
I mean that sounds pretty good.
That sounds pretty good. We can.
So do you want me to try and have him pull that off?
Yeah. What's the range on it?
The range on it is 60 feet.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, try and shut down some of the attacks.
Okay.
While we've still got the elemental as well.
So, saving throw, intelligence saving throw, according to the creature before you, gets a single roll. It has to be Elsyan's DC, which is, and this uses 3 side points.
14, I believe.
Yes, 14 is his DC, and that is a natural 12, plus 2 is 14. So it does succeed. Just.
Woo!
Wow.
So justly.
Yeah, just.
Wow.
And now we get to have... Where's the damage? I know. Over here. Alright, I picked up the wrong dice. Oh no, that is the wrong dice anyway.
Why is there a hex next to Harlan? Or Queglod?
Queglod, because Queglod can hex people, so it's just the token to use. Okay, so that's 3d8. That is a 8, 8, and 1, so that's good damage. So that is how much? That is 17, and half of that, rounded down because of how it works, would be 8, so it takes 8 points of psychic damage. You watch as Elsyan swings his right hand around, and this light purple energy that glistens into existence before disappearing, striking at the head of the creature before you, and it seems to like shake its head from the strike, before you watch as its gem in the center of his head flares up slightly. Next in the initiative is elementals. So this elemental is going to try and attack. What was that to hit again? It was +6. Okay, that's not bad. There's a 9 plus 6 is 15. Does that hit? No, it does not. And
Oh
the
no.
other one, which is also going to do the same. That is a 19 plus, what was it, 6? 24? 25? Yeah, easily. Alright, and how much damage do they do? 1d8 plus 2, I want to say? 1d8 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you watch as it strikes out at the large creature before you. You watch as it takes the blow, and it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you thought a blow like that might have. Alright, so next in the initiative, Malcom at 4. Queglod, you are next.
I forgot. Do I have what I need to be able to use Flame Sphere?
You have what you need. Don't you need
Yes.
brimstone and stuff? So I don't think so, actually.
Do you not have a focus?
Oh no, he has a focus. Yeah, so that allows you to temporarily bypass it.
So I could.
You can use
it?
flame sphere. Yeah, you have the druidic focus, so you can bypass it.
Okay. Yeah. I want to use. Flame Spheres within 5 feet. So how? Anything within 5 feet gets damaged. So has this? How many squares is 5 feet?
5 feet is one,
one?
so effectively it affects a 3x3 around it. So if you put it here, it's gonna hit these 3. Or
Yeah,
these 4.
I was gonna put it around here.
Okay, you're gonna set the tree on fire. Got it. So
Like right here where these flowers are.
these beautiful flowers are just gonna burn.
Yeah.
Sudz, the druid, everything must burn. Right. So
I think that goes against Druidic law.
it's fine. It fits. Alright, so what are you trying to what does it do? Is it saving throw?
Dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Okay. It has I'll tell you now, it has a +5 to this.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
So that's a 12
Yeah,
plus
but
5, which is 17. I'm gonna assume that succeeds.
What does it need to see?
Your thing at the top of the spell page.
My what was it?
DC.
No, I mean, what was your
17.
number? Yeah.
Yeah, so he takes half damage.
Yeah, but it's and it's 2d6.
Is it 2d6? I thought it was 2d8. Does it say 2d6 in the damage type?
2d6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got that wrong then. My
2d6.
bad. There you go. 2d6. And that's a concentration, so it is persistent until you lose your concentration on it.
No. It's not a concentration.
It's not?
No. Wait. Yes, it is. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah, I was like, Flaming Sphere, I swear it was. Alright, so he takes 2 points of fire damage. 2 points of fire damage as you watch as the fire licks the side of it, and it takes note of the current swirling ball of fire. What can I use for this?
Can we stop doing DC saving throws and actually do like legit damage?
No, I can't do that, otherwise it's not gonna work. Let's just shrink this down and put it. There you go, you got a fire. Mini fire. Can we use DC? Not use DC saving throws? Yeah, sure. Next, I believe, is Queglod.
Stop doing those.
Next is Queglod.
Yes, you are now. And Sasha, you are after this.
Okay, so this is a he's a humanoid, right? Clearly humanoid.
Kinda.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay.
I mean, you don't know. You
Yeah,
can
just
do
make
a.
sure
You
I'm-
can use your bonus action to do a check if you'd like.
That probably is what I want to do.
You have advantage.
But let me just have a look.
I will say, for this situation. If you're trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, sure. I'll use the bonus action and try and figure out if this is counts. If this just thing counts as a humanoid.
Yeah, roll.
instead of hold person.
This is classed as an undead construct. So unless hold person works on constructs, technically, under the ruling of it, it would come under humanoid because of its shape.
Oh, that's fine then.
So it could work, yes.
Yes. In that case, I'm going to completely spurn your advice, Infernal, and cast Hold Person on this guy.
What's the DC saving throw? And what is
DC
it?
save is 13 Wisdom.
Ooh, Wisdom. Let's see. Yeah, okay. This will be interesting. So, that is... It is a 6 plus 1, which is 7, so it fails, I believe.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So, what does Hold Person do?
It is now paralyzed.
It is immune to paralysis.
What the fuck?
It's a construct. Constructs are immune to petrification, paralysis, frozen, sleep, and poisoned. Naturally.
Hmm. Well, for fuck's sake then.
So no, that does not work. Sasha, what would you like
That's
to do?
my turn.
Unless you'd like to move or do anything. No? Alright, Sasha, what are you doing at this time? You're somewhere off on a distant street and you hear this massive explosion from the way you've been in the opposite of the way you've just been walking.
I head towards the massive boom I just heard, and I'm like, oh people need help. Run! And I'm running as fast as I can towards this.
Alright, roll me a athletics check, please.
Oh, this goes so badly.
14 plus?
1.
Yeah, you're good. You're just sprinting there, double dashing the entire way. It's gonna take you a while, but you'll be able to get there, and hopefully
little leg can't take me too fast.
We dwarves are natural sprinters, very dangerous over short distances.
However, we have issues over long distances.
Oh dear. Alright, so, Bhold, what would you like to do?
Oh shit, my turn.
Yep, back to the top of the round. It went from 0 to 22.
Alright, well, let's go.
Alright, give me your attack rolls, please. You get 2 attack rolls, so I will... So yeah, go ahead and do your first one. Your first one is a 16 plus what? 6?
22.
22, that hits. So that is 12
well, that's
plus 6
18
damage. 18 damage, okay. As you strike with your blade, you hit the edge of the bandages, and you cut through with ease. But then you cut through the inside too easily. You only do 9 points of damage.
Mother. Right. I pull it out and go again on the other side.
Sasha, for some reason, thinks really hard. Hit the
One.
gem.
As you go to strike with the other one, it looks down and it's going to attempt an attack on you. As it bats the weapon
There's
away.
the one. I guess I'll be using the dice and
Yeah, alright. So, that is a 21 to hit.
that hits.
Alright, so you take 4 plus 9 points of slashing damage, which puts you
half,
to
so that's
13.
6.
So half that is 6 points of slashing damage, as it strikes against you. Okay.
Alright.
Then following up is the Geist on its turn. It's going to... First of all, it's going to strike the Earth Elemental to the side of it. If it's going, it's going to try to anyway. That is a 9 plus 6. That does hit. It does... It does 6 plus 6, so that is 12 points of piercing damage as you watch as it pulls back its hand, brings it into a form of cone, and stabs the Earth Elemental straight through the chest and up into it. You watch as it's partially lifted off of the ground before you feel a wave of energy flow over you. I would like you to make an Intelligence or a Wisdom saving throw, Infernal. Your choice.
Well, it's gonna be Wisdom since I got 12 of that, which is double my intelligence.
One fails, the other one succeeds. I think? Yes, the other one succeeds. So, this does... Alright, what did you get?
Alright, so that's a 14.
14? That fails.
No, wait. Yeah, 14.
Straight 14? Yep, that fails. Are you using your Wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
Okay. Or saving throw, rather, because you might be proficient in it, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So, does that to that one, and you take 3 points of psychic damage, Infernal, and you are now feared, or you are now affected by fear. You cannot move closer to it, but you also can't run away from it. You have disadvantage on every attack against the creature. However, you get a Wisdom or Intelligence saving throw at the beginning of your next turn to try and break free, and you do this until you break free. Otherwise, it lasts a minute.
Oh wait, shit, I'm not immune to fear, am I?
Not yet. Indomitable is the one that I think you get, or something similar.
Yeah.
Alright, well that Geist is... it was that one that failed, so that one takes 6 points of psychic damage, and is now paralyzed. So... moving on to next is Elsyan. Do you want Elsyan to try Ego Whip again, or do you want Elsyan to try something else? I don't know what else Elsyan can do, really, because I don't know.
Just make him Ego Whip.
Ego Whip again? Alright.
Wait.
He can do 3d10 psychic damage. And it makes intelligence saving throw again. On a failed save, it takes 1d10 per psychic point, rather. So do you want me to use that, or do you want me to use Ego Whip? It's less damage, but it's got added effects to it. It's up to you guys.
Ego Whip can shut down this thing's attacks.
Okay, Ego Whip it is then.
But, okay.
Alright, so... just so that you are actually watching it this time. Alright, so... intelligence saving throw with a +2 versus 14. Nope, fails that one. That was a copy? Yeah, that was a copy. Good. So it fails its attack, and it takes 3d8 psychic damage from Elsyan. That is 15 points of psychic damage. You watch as the creature before you grasps its head, and you hear like a drawn from it as it stands there, and you watch as it's one of its claws is brought up to where its head is and begins clawing away at the bandages. That puts the elementals are next. This one has disadvantage on its attack. Yep, natural 1. It just goes to hit, but swings wildly, doesn't do anything. And the other one goes in for its attack. That's an 18, so that does hit. That's a good roll. 8 plus 3 is 11 points of bludgeoning damage, but again, doesn't seem to do as much as you'd hope. As it goes to strike, it just hits the side of it. Whack. Alright, so now it is Malcom, your turn. Then it is yours next, Queglod.
Well, once again, it's gotta do another dex saving throw. Because that's still there.
Alright, yes. Dex saving throw, that is a 16 plus its dex, which is 4, or 5.
Yes.
5 saving throw, sorry. Or is its natural mod, so that succeeds, it takes half damage.
Yeah.
However, that's just naturally what it does, it's not a... Okay, so that is...
There's only 2 more of these guys,
3 points of
don't
damage.
worry.
Well, I mean, I still have a bunch of stuff left because this stays there until...
I know, exactly, that just stays there and does what it does.
I'm...
Sorry, go
on. I was just going to, Actually, I don't even know what I was gonna do. I'm gonna use Ice Knife.
It will hit these 3 if you do that. Because the epicenter and the way it works, everybody who's basically adjacent to it will take damage, so that will be these 3.
Jeez. Oh yeah, that's right, 15.
Yeah, I mean you can ram it with the fire orb as your action, and then I have to do another dex saving throw.
Sure.
I'll allow that.
Sure, I'll do that, but I wanna kinda... Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it with the sphere.
Alright, so dex saving throw. That is a natural 1. You naturally do 2d6 fire damage to it. And with its +5, I don't think that succeeds.
No.
Plus it's an auto fail, so it wouldn't anyway. Yeah, so that's 5 points of fire damage as you ram the orb into the side of the creature before you.
Oh, it's so big.
It is. It's scary. Alright, Queglod, what would you like to do?
In that case, I'm using my other spell slot to cast Hex on this guy.
Okay, so he is now hexed. Boop.
And
Flash a little dot on his head.
yeah,
A little hat.
On the crystal.
No, I'm not going to put it on the crystal.
and
Then
I'm
he
gonna
can't
cast,
see.
Yes, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Alright, so what is that?
That is +3 to hit. It's an attack roll.
Oh, it's an attack roll. Alright.
Yes.
Is it only 1 attack, or is it 2?
It's 1 attack still,
One attack.
and it's 1d10 +3 damage if it hits. It's a d10, right?
But it was 2 at this point. So go ahead.
Is that a d10? Is that the
That's a d10, and that's the d6 for Hex, so...
Cool. Right, let's roll this. Go on.
Is 8, 3, and a natural 20, so we double roll dice damage. That's good. So that is 16 plus 6, that's 22, plus 3, which also gets doubled, which is another 6. So that's 28 points of what type of damage?
The ones from the d10 are force, and the ones from the d6 are necrotic.
Okay,
So that'll be 22 force and 6 necrotic.
22 force, 6 necrotic. Okay. Yeah, so you deal 25 points of
Yeah.
damage, just to let you know. It's resistant to necrotic. Undead.
Okay.
Happens.
Yeah.
That's still 25 points of damage, which is a
Yeah.
big hit. What did I say,
Mhm.
25?
Yep.
Yeah.
25.
You watch as Queglod brings her hand up front, and with the other one swings out with her other hand, and you watch as this black beam flies outwards, curving around and forming into the shape of a raven. As it flies round the back of the creature, striking in the back, as the current swirling shadow of ravens around it sink into it, and you watch as it lets out more of the as it just draws back after the big hit.
Cool.
Um,
And then to finish up, I'm just gonna send Felipe in to get the killing blow.
Okay.
Clearly, this will finish it
What's
off.
speed of Felipe? 1, 2, 3.
I believe it's 50 feet.
Yeah. Alright, so make an attack roll with
Peck the gem! Peck the gem! You can't hear me. You don't know what's happening.
17 plus 1, so that's 1 damage
Yeah.
as he pecks the bandages. Actually, no, he's
That's just like
he's
fire.
classed as a non-magical weapon, so he doesn't do any damage. Actually, no.
Oh,
No, minimum 1, so yeah, no, we'll do 1 point of damage still.
Yeah.
Still doesn't kill it though. It's nowhere near.
We found the counter.
Really?
1 damage at a time.
1 damage at a time, boys. Alright. At the end of your turn, Sorcerer up here is going to step forward.
Oh,
And she's going to look
shit.
at... and you can see it's a she now. She pulls back her hood. You can see what looks to be humanoid features with a long set of brown hair and deep red eyes. She points at the bandaged creature and says, "You are my creation. Now follow my orders." And you watch as the gemstone around her chest flares up. I would like... actually no, just the Infernal, the 2 elementals, and Felipe. I would like you all to make a dexterity or a wisdom saving throw for us.
Bye bye,
Wisdom?
Felipe.
Oh no. Oh, it's +1.
It's +1 to Felipe.
Cool.
Woo!
Well, I fell down 5.
Oh,
That's 19 now.
19. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's pretty
Felipe
good.
succeeds.
Felipe has a better wisdom.
Felipe is fine. Felipe is fine. Nothing happens to Felipe. Because Felipe is technically cast as a minion, success means that he doesn't take any damage from this. Actually, I've got to roll for 2 elementals. I forgot about that. They get a +1, that's a 15 and a 14. They both fail. You watch as she places out her hand. You watch as this like dark green energy shoots towards the bandaged creature, sinking into the scarf. You watch as the scarf changes colour to that of a blue colour, which then sparks outwards. Behold, you take... Where are my D10s? There they are.
You take a lot of damage.
You take 12 points of necrotic damage. Yeah, necrotic damage. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna reduce that.
You're gonna reduce that? Okay. So that's what?
Because that doesn't get half.
D12 plus Constitution mod, right?
Plus.
Okay, good.
Wait.
Yeah, because D12 plus your Constitution mod because it's your.
Yeah. Where's it?
Yep. Roll that. Actually matters. 9 plus 3, so you reduce the you negate the damage, right? Yep. You completely negate the damage. You take no damage from this, which is very important. You watch as the form strikes. These 2 elementals completely are destroyed by this attack, and you watch as their energy is drawn into the creature before you. So that is.
No.
He's full HP again, guys.
He's not full HP. It's just, it would have been 36 points of healing, but it was kind of reduced by Bhold. So yeah. You watch as that is negated, and she looks over and says, "Try as you might, but you are not the target. Now, strike out." And he is going to attempt to break the effect of Ego Whip. It's an intelligence saving throw. Do you want me to roll on screen or not? I mean, I don't care, honestly.
On screen.
Yes.
I feel like we want to see this one.
Alright, +2 versus the 14. Nope. Fails. So it has to take the disengage action, the hide action, or whatever.
Hide behind the tree.
It's going to... it still has the X on it. It is going to disengage and run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Behind a tree.
Behind a tree. And it is then going to attempt the hide action. Oh man! Although this does hide apply stealth? Yes or no? Or is it just dex? I believe it's stealth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh no! Alright, what did it roll? 3. Alright, you guys, I need you guys to roll perception, please. With the exception... Actually, no. What are your passive perceptions here, actually? I need to know.
My passive perception...
11.
11, yeah.
Alright.
13.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah, you all know he's there. He tries to hide behind a tree, but just can't. He rolled a total of 10. He rolled a total of 10. It's just like even Bhold knows where he is.
What do you bet evil necromancer lady is like? What the fuck are you doing, Gary?
What just happened to you? She looks a little bit puzzled and miffed at this, at what just happened. By the way, the other 2 geists behind her, they're not doing anything. They're standing there.
I found it bullshit that he gets his move before mine.
Wait, move before you? What do you mean?
Yeah, like his turn before mine.
Wasn't he just on his turn? Oh wait, no,
yeah,
sorry.
I didn't get to do my turn.
Oh no, that was a good
point.
point. Yeah. Sorry, he'd move on his turn. Sorry, I got completely confused then. Yeah, so now we're back at Sasha.
I'm running.
You're running. Okay.
I'm running.
You hear a voice from behind you shout, "Jump."
I immediately... Wait, do I recognize the voice first of all?
Roll a perception check.
I'm jumping because someone has just told me to jump, but I want to know if I recognize it.
Yes, you recognize this as the High Templar. And
Yep,
you
I'm
begin
jumping.
to hear a thum, 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 and as you jump, you feel this pushing motion as a large automaton hand scoops down and picks you up and begins to run. at a incredible speed through the street. You watch as these, you watch as all of these guards are now like funneling through the street and like clearing out civilians, and they're like running towards the academy as fast as they can. And this automaton is just bolting past with you in hand.
Do you know what happened?
No idea.
Well, I'll be there to help soon with this thing. If people require healing, I'll do that. And if there's anything danger, I'll try and stop it.
Good to know. It's just like you're just running. I'm gonna say you'll be there in 5 rounds.
I feel like I'm on a roller coaster.
Yeah. All right. Behold, it is your turn.
Oh, alright.
Alright.
I assume that hits.
That is a
25.
Yeah. No, sorry, I was looking at the damage.
14.
I assumed it hit. Yeah.
14.
14 points of
And
damage.
I'm aiming at the crystal on its head.
Okay, that would be with disadvantage then, because it is above your height limit.
Wait, what?
Attacking a particular part which is above your height limit takes disadvantage.
Oh, never mind that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it's like trying to attack upwards is a difficult
Ah.
action. Okay, so as your strike hits, it seems to take less damage again. You get that feeling of it just passing through.
Alright, and I'll reckless attack again. Now,
Your reckless attack now.
aiming at the crystal.
Okay, so because it's a reckless attack, only one of the dice count. Because it's disadvantage counts as the advantage.
So 17.
Well, the advantage counts as disadvantage. 17,
Yeah.
okay. That hits. Okay.
Alright, that's 17 damage.
Yep. As you hit the crystal,
On a crystal.
you feel a lot of arcane resistance, and your axe is just pushed away. It doesn't do any damage.
Alright, well I can't move away from it, since I feared.
Oh, that means you had disadvantage on your last attack as well. But we'll say you used reckless for that anyway. So, yeah. Okay, so on its turn, it already made its saving throw, so it's going to run around here and tried to hide. No hex though. Poor thing. Can it do anything? No. That's all it can use its turn for. Okay. Let's see. So next on the list is Elsyan. Elsyan has no line of sight on this thing, unfortunately. It's kind of walls and trees in the way. Let's move 6. Yeah, you can just about see it.
Can I give him a lift?
He's not. He's not close enough for that sort of thing. And even if he was, it would take your action, because he's a big lad. Not calling Elsyan fat or anything, but you know, Elsyan's fat.
He's no
thick.
He's naturally chunky.
He's not fat, he's thick.
Yep, exactly. Although he's got the highest intelligence. But besides that, okay, so he's going to use Hammer of Inquisition, I'm gonna say. Because Ego Whip can't hit that range, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, even if he did, it wouldn't be worth it because he's still under the effect. Actually, let's just put that down by 3 side points, and he's going to attempt an intelligence saving throw against this thing.
I mean,
with well, it's 3d10 versus 3d8 because the effect of the self-doubt doesn't work. Oh, and also it shouldn't have gotten a saving throw because it only affects it for 1 turn. So actually, no, there is a point to using Ego Whip here. In which case...
I mean, it is in range, if it's range of 60.
Yes, so it is in range. Alright, intelligence saving throw. Yep, succeeds, takes half damage from that. Rolling high. Maybe Sam should just not turn up.
So that would be 20, so 10 damage, I believe?
10 points of psychic damage, yep. And again, the creature like grabs its head and like takes a little bit of a step back. Okay. What have we got here? Next in the initiative, I believe, is the Elementals. They're dead. Get rid of them on the initiative board. Malcom. Queglod, you're next.
Okay.
I'm gonna move right here. And I do know he's there, right?
Aku! You know what that means!
Oh god. No! Aku! No! No, Aku.
What
Alright,
is happening?
I gotta roll.
That's a bad thing.
I gotta roll 1d12. Alright.
Oh my god.
What is happening?
Just a heads up. Whenever Aku appears on the stream, I roll a d20. That's how many miles a portal to some other plane of existence appears nearby. So somewhere nearby, a portal to another plane of existence has erupted nearby. Keep that in mind.
And
Question,
the
where was
construct
that
Harlan
word
running
from?
on is running straight through it.
Aku's from Sudz's phone.
Ah.
Don't worry, the portal could be completely harmless. I just haven't decided which one it is yet.
Whoa, Aku.
Okay, well, Harlan, get ready for an adventure.
We're going to the Feywild. Alright, so it's fine, don't worry. The portal won't attack you. It's fine. Okay, so whose turn was it? It was Malcolm's?
Mine.
Yes, go ahead, make your turn.
I moved here. I do know he's there, right?
You would have line of sight, yeah. You had the highest perception, so you can do that. These flame sphere
Alright,
can move
so
20 or 30 feet?
It can move 60 feet.
60? Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly double check this, but go ahead. I'm just...
Go ahead.
Yeah, so second level, flaming sphere, conjuration, 2d6, yep. As a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. If you ram the sphere into
30?
the creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage, and the sphere stops moving this turn. The 30 feet.
That's 30 feet, right?
It's still within 30 feet, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move it right there next to the tree.
Okay.
So it's gonna be right there.
Alright, flaming sphere sets any flammable thing in the area on fire.
Yeah.
These
well,
are currently on fire. They've burned away to ash though, because they're little flowers. They're dead, and now the tree is on
poor
fire.
tree. Yeah, well,
I mean,
it had to be done.
Collateral damage is fine. Fine, he's a druid. He can just bring back another one.
So,
So yeah, there's currently a flaming tree, a thing trying to hide behind said flaming tree, and a ball of fire that's floating next to it.
and it's gotta take another.
saving
It's gotta
throw,
make
right.
another saving throw.
That's an 11 plus its dex save, which is 5. That's 16. Does that succeed?
Yeah.
Alright, roll damage, please. This is halved for this one. Takes 4 points of damage there.
Alright, and then I'm gonna check and see if this guy's alright.
Okay, do a
If
medicine
they're
check.
alive. Medicine check.
Okay.
It's 7.
He's breathing, but you don't know what state he's in.
Okay.
just give me 4 more turns.
Oh, it's been
He'll probably be dead by
it's
then.
been 2, so it means that he's either going to be stable in future turns, or he's going to be dead in future turns if he has to stabilize. Single point of healing will knock him up above that limit, just letting you know. But you've used your bonus action on the
Yeah.
flaming sphere, and you've used your action to medicine check him.
Yep.
So,
I can't do nothing.
next is Queglod. Sasha, you're up after
It's
this.
Queglod.
Actually, no.
Eldritch Blast has stupid range, so I don't need to worry about that
Yeah.
too much.
Next up is somebody else, actually.
Yeah. Next up
Uh-oh.
is the robot who's going to throw Sasha into the fight.
If only. If only.
It's fine, you can just fastball special.
Oh goodness. Who that? I don't like it.
I love it.
Right. Okay, 20 feet. Thank you, old age.
You just see Sasha flying boom into here, another explosion
I'm
happen.
gonna have to say you can
No, I'm
make
actually
a...
Hex-
going to land
yeah,
in the
Hex is still up.
fountain.
Yeah, Hex is still up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say make a
How much
base
damage
perception
is it?
check due to the line of sight, and also the fact that the wall is probably about the same height as you. So, I'm gonna say make a base
Yeah,
perception
yeah.
check on whether this has cover bonuses or not. Yeah, he has.
no.
He has 3/4 cover. Oh, he has half cover
Uh.
currently, so he gets a +2 to his AC.
Yeah, because tree on fire.
Yeah, kind of tree on fire.
Yeah, I'll cast Eldritch Blast anyway. Just be...
Okay. Attack roll. And what do you want to do with Felipe as well? Because Felipe's currently...
Felipe,
he's adventuring.
He's been... I'm gonna pick...
He's in... Oh yeah, Felipe.
I know what I want to do with
What's
him.
that a total of?
That's 14 total.
No,
so I'm guessing
doesn't hit.
it.
You fire the Eldritch Blast, just hits a chunk of the tree, and a broken branch just flies off over here and is just burning somewhere off on the path.
How are you gonna set the grass on fire? Jeez.
Don't worry, the grass doesn't burn as easily.
No, I'm gonna set the building on fire and kill the whoever this
plan. It's like, we need to kill this person. What do? We will kill 100 students and set their building on fire.
Oh goodness.
Which square is Felipe supposed to be?
He
I thought
was supposed to be
Felipe was
here, but I moved the thing.
Okay. Yeah. And he has 50-foot range.
Yes, I will say that. Do bear in mind if he
quick
flies
question,
past the
Chris.
sphere, he takes damage. He could take
Yes.
damage. Yes, Sasha.
Chris, just out of like my character actually knowing anything, this person over here, how likely are they to murder us awfully if we try and kill them?
You don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go with that answer. Yes.
The fact that both the elementals died instantly is really a bad choice.
I should be able to get here, right?
Yeah. So 1,
Yeah,
2,
there's
one
3,
right next to
4,
it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can totally get there
Cool.
and just strike at him. All right, make a peck attack.
Yeah.
Quick,
it's
Felipe,
+4.
use peck. This is Pokemon now.
Yeah. That's
Right,
yeah,
40.
that's 18.
18 to hit.
Yeah, it's +4.
Man,
Its strength is terrible, but it gets a special bonus to attack.
Man,
just
Felipe
because
hits.
It's not completely. Its strength is 2, but it gets +4 anyway, just so it's not.
Felipe hits. He's
completely
done
wasting
2
its
points
time.
of damage. He's done almost as much as Elsyan did in the last session in one round. Alright, so.
Potentially more in some rounds.
Yeah, potentially more. Alright, so. At the end of that turn.
I mean,
Queglod,
This.
Oh.
you hear the following words. Queglod. Remember. And you feel a hand grasp onto your shoulder. Remember me? You look over to see a relatively tall figure. Humanoid in shape, currently wearing a bird mask on their face, with a large flowing black robe with purple feathers around the collar, similar to your own. You feel 12 years of memories flood back into you at that one moment. This person, that black spot, they are the same. This is Chronicle Loy, your best friend and commander within the Wingless. As he places his hand atop you, you know this to be a Raven Queen Aasimar. As he stands there, a Shalya shield on his right arm and a large longsword held in his left hand. Remember, but only for a moment.
Commander, what is happening? Do you know what's going on here?
Remember, Queglod. Remember. At which point you remember, over the past 3 weeks, before the fire when you were first accused of arson, you remember what had happened. You spoke to Governor Voltari. He travelled with you for the past 10 years as you and Bhold travelled from the Highlands into the Empire in search of remaining Wingless members. After entering into a certain area, you discovered Quirk and were hired by Governor Voltari under the secrecy to carry information to the Chancellor. An individual known as Professor Flind had been under protection and needed to be checked out, the details of which you carried. You travelled by horse to the city of Adamanthia to hand the information to Chancellor Rogin Blacktooth. He commended you for your efforts, and events took place where things were spiraling out of control. The name Amber Grin pops up. Strange name, the name of an organization, someone who wanted the professor dead. And you remember standing there before the building, watching it burning, the Chancellor telling you all to run. You all leave the building, all of you at the same time. And Chronicle puts his hand on your back and says, "You must forget me for your own safety," and leaves. And you now remember everything. So, where were we?
Huh.
Yeah, that
I
just
mean-
happens in a bit of a fight.
If he's doing anything, then it's his turn.
Yeah,
If
it
not,
is.
then I'm currently.
As he moves past, he is going to place a hand on your shoulder, or on your back, Infernal, and on Elsyan's shoulder, and they both remember as well. You remember, this guy taught you how to control your rage. Bhold. He taught you the ways of swordplay over the past 10 years. And he is now going to bless you with the spell Sanctuary. You are now You're affected by Sanctuary. This means that whenever something attacks you, it must perform a Wisdom saving throw. On a fail, it can't hit you.
Interesting.
And you hear the same words. He says your name, and remember me. And he is going to end his turn there. Sasha, what are you doing? We'll be there shortly. Only a few more blocks. Doosh, doosh, doosh. Yeah, so you're currently being...
Time I went down a river in a barrel!
Good reference. Alright, Behold, it is now your turn.
Alright, well... I have to do a... Wait.
You have to do an athletics check to get over this. It's a simple athletics check, but you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get to there and take damage, potentially, but you can't get within range. You can dash into range.
Isn't your axe like throwable or something?
It is.
It is, yes.
It is, yeah.
Did you keep that in mind? Your axe has a range of what, 20 or 30? I can't remember.
20. It is 2060.
2060. Okay, so it has a range of 20 feet, and beyond that, it has disadvantage. Which actually, you're still affected by fear, so you need to make 2 wisdom saving throws because we forgot the last one.
Oh, yeah.
So if you'd like to make the first one, that is a 14. Doesn't succeed. And another one. Doesn't succeed.
Okay.
So you can't move closer to him. You can move in a straight line up here, but you can't move closer to him.
Well, I'll move forward.
Okay.
March!
3, 4, 5, 6. Here. Okay. You can throw your axe, but it will be with disadvantage due to the range and the fact that he is, or your fear of and reckless attack will not overwrite it because it only overwrites 1 disadvantage. If you don't attack, your frenzied rage disappears.
Oh yeah, I just remembered.
Yep. Or you take damage. So, I mean, Sudz could throw a flaming orb into you, and then you could take damage. That's fun.
Wait, whose turn is it after mine? It's Elsyan, right? Just have Elsyan do 1 damage.
It's the creature, then Elsyan's. I mean, if you yell that back to Elsyan, you can.
Yes. Elsyan!
Yes!
Hit me!
Yeah, physical, an intelligence shock.
Okay! I don't know if it will improve your intelligence, though.
It's fine. It will. I am smart, trust me, I have 6 in. This will work.
Question. Can we have it so that this actually does improve his intelligence for like 1 round?
We'll see. Alright, so
I just
you end your turn there, or are
I
you going
need
to try and
the
perform an
brain.
attack? Because you can still try. You are within range.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Alright, you have disadvantage on this, and you can use one of each to make it interesting. So disadvantage. Oh, that hits!
22.
That hits!
Oh,
You throw. You,
Yeah, that's 9.
you still shout
Hold
this to
it with the
Elsyan,
hitting
though,
me.
due to the
Yep.
order. So you throw it. It hits it. It digs into the side of it. Doesn't, and you can easily pull it out. It's like carving through butter.
I assume I can't pull him back with it. So.
No. That is what 3 plus 6, which is 9.
6, 9.
Half of that is
4.
4. Okay. 4 points of damage. Okay.
And I'll try to do it again.
Yeah, you can. You can do it again with your bonus action. Actually, no, your bonus action would be to pull it back.
Yeah,
so,
I'll pull it back,
So we'll
yeah.
cancel that. Yeah, your bonus action is to pull it back. Just for note, it would have hit anyway, but yeah, you have to pull it back with your bonus action. So you pull it back to you. Okay, so that ends your turn. Now it's its turn, and Eagle Whip no longer affects it. It's going to cast a spell, and I would like all of you to make a perception check, please. Okay.
Can cast
Am I in
spells.
this or not?
No, not you.
well, I failed.
Elsyan will do his perception. Okay. What is Elsyan's perception?
That was a 9.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mine. Yeah, that's fine.
You
So-
fail.
No, 11.
You
11.
fail Infernal, but still. Sam fails. What do you have total, Malcolm?
I have. Let's see. 22.
You watch the faint shimmer as it goes invisible.
Oh, it's invis.
Yeah, and the hex goes invisible with it
Right.
due to the way it works. I now need you to make another perception check. Again, trying to beat its DC.
All of us?
No, just Malcolm, because he knows where it is.
Oh, one thing. Should I have made one for Felipe as well?
Yeah, also roll for Felipe, because you work through
You can get
Felipe.
plus 3.
Oh, great.
Gross.
Alright.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
well, Felipe
knows where it is, and Felipe is currently acting like a mini turret and turning with it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If Felipe knows where it is, can I make an opportunity attack?
Oh yeah, does he get a...
7.
Can I do it with Felipe? I'm not entirely clear.
No,
Does
I
Felipe get an opportunity
I
attack?
don't believe so. No. Actually, no. Felipe doesn't get a reaction. He just gets a action to attack. I believe is what Felipe
No.
gets, and he moves with your bonus action technically, but we've been flexible with it. So. Yeah, because Felipe.
I think he's supposed to. He's technically supposed to get his own turn.
All right, but we just combine them together. So yeah, you get a
Yeah,
attack of
just for
opportunity.
convenience. Okay, cool. Let's make that then.
Yeah, because he
Streak rolling, Felipe.
no. He goes to peck, pecks at nothing and can't really see it, and now he has to try and gauge where it is. Let's see. Who does he not like? He doesn't like Queglod at the moment.
What the fuck?
Oh, do you remember Rift Strike? That old ability.
Yeah.
Alright.
Forgot about Queglod's gonna die.
Queglod. This has advantage because it is an unseen enemy. That's still a 7 as its highest though, so that is a 13 to hit.
What does it-
My AC is 13.
Your AC is 13, so it does hit. And its second attack, which it gets to make. Yeah, just a second attack. That is a 13 plus 6, which is 19, so that hits. Alright, so. Sorry, Queglod. You take. Okay, I would take a picture of this, but I can't. 'Cause
You roll 220.
I rolled 2 natural 10s on d10s. So you take 28 points of slashing damage.
Unconscious in 1 hit. Fuck you, Chris.
As
You can sense
yeah,
this all.
and the hex is gone. The hex fades. As you all hear this, as Queglod is just on the ground unconscious with blood, as you watch this shimmering form of the Geist standing above. At which point, you watch as the Geist, its socket within it, you can see like a slight burst, and it seems to change target. Alright, who is next in turn? Elsyan. Elsyan is going to try an ego whip again. And he has and he would have advantage on this because of the way saving throws work. Actually, no, wait, hold on. Would he?
I don't think so.
No, he wouldn't because it's a saving throw. But at the same time, he needs line of sight. So I'm going to roll Elsyan's perception here. Wait, no, is that right die? Yeah, that's right dice. No, he does not know where it is, so he can't use ego whip on it. Okay, so
I mean, we just heard the sound. I'm imagining of.
yeah, but he needs
Queglod
direct
being
line of sight of it. But it's invisible.
Oh, so how invisible?
It has.
Okay.
It's currently. As it strikes, it goes back into invisible, but you can see that its form was there.
That's a thought. He can try and sense its mind to try and find it and kill it and hit it.
That's just.
At least for something
It's a
else.
construct. I
It's a construct. It
can't
doesn't have a mind.
Imagine that would work.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, if hold person didn't work on it, then that's
No, it doesn't have a physical mind, same sort of way as a human would.
Mhm.
Okay, so he is going to instead back round here and just wait here and face this way to see what happens. Behold, you hear a thud as you watch as Queglod just falls down, face first into the ground. Malcom, what would you like to try and do?
Quick question. How much blood is there?
It's an old lady, probably not a lot. It's
Okay,
a
I'm just wondering,
gnomeling
is there
or halfling, probably
Is there,
not a
any,
lot.
is there any splash onto the invisible thing?
No, because the way it
Well,
works,
okay.
anything you're technically carrying goes invisible as well. So that means that things like hex, blood that comes onto a blade, unless it's something that's specifically placed on you, such as like fairy fire, then it goes invisible as well.
Okay, we just gotta wait a couple turns until the pool of blood starts,
Making footprints.
yeah. Like, there's just this perfect invisible.
Yeah, we're just gonna let her die for a bit. Yeah. All right. So, so Malcolm, it's your turn.
Can I make a perception check to try to figure out where exactly it is?
Go ahead. You just saw it, so you can go ahead and make a perception check, see if you can see it. Okay. No, you don't know where it is. You can see a shimmer, and you can try attack with disadvantage because you know it was there.
Well,
But unlike
when I
Elsyan,
am-
you don't necessarily require line of sight on some attacks. You could use Ice Knife and throw it, and then
yeah, I was gonna use Ice Knife back here
against the wall.
and hit the wall back here.
I'd say it would have to be this wall. Your spiderling isn't actually here; it's on you. I've just got it here so that it's not getting away your
Yeah.
tile.
On that wall?
Yeah, because it's a 5 foot around it, so it's 3x3. So if you hit this
Okay.
wall, it wouldn't hit it. But if you hit this wall, it does.
Okay, then I'll throw it at that wall.
Alright, so that's the direct attack misses because obviously you're not aiming at it, and it gets to make a
Yeah.
dex saving throw, which is a 17 plus a 5, which is 22, so it takes half damage, which is 2d6 cold, I think.
Yes.
If you're casting it at first level.
Yeah, I'm casting it first level.
Make sure you are keeping track of this. You've used 1 second and 1 first so far.
Yeah, I know.
So- 2d6 cold
So-
damage. Okay, so that's 9. Half of that is 4 points of cold damage. Yeah, you watch as it strikes the side of it. You can see where it shatters, and you can hear like a from roughly where it is, but it's a little bit hard to gauge exactly where it is. After Malcolm is Queglod. Queglod, make a death saving throw, please.
Don't
That's
die.
That is a fail.
Oh no. Holy moly, nole, bole, shole, mole, mole,
one
mole.
fail, cut it off,
Next
and
is.
then hold on, Felipe still gets his turn.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and do what Felipe wants to do. For 550.
Cool. Felipe's going over here to try and steal the necklace.
Okay, make an attack roll at disadvantage because you're unconscious and so out of range of like command stuff. So technically your conscious is
Sure.
traveling through him. So it's also attacking a very specific
Yeah.
item. So there you go.
Come on, don't screw this up, Felipe.
Don't screw this up, Felipe.
2 nat 20.
No.
What's the trouble?
Is he,
It's an 8.
as Felipe flies up and starts cawing in the individual's face. She looks over and just goes, "Cute bird." At which point, on her turn, she is just going to take a simple strike at Felipe with her staff. That
It deals 20 million damage and Felipe explodes.
that's a 5 to hit because she tried to hit with her staff. Does it hit?
Let me just
I think his AC is like 13 or something, so I don't think a 5 will hit.
His AC is 12.
Yeah, she goes to swing and Felipe just flies out of the way and she's like, "This bird's going to be annoying, isn't it?" At which point she looks over at one of the other
it's
geists,
bitch fight time.
and the geist takes a step forward and it's going to try and swipe.
Yeah.
And it's going to take 2 attacks. The first one's a natural 1, so yeah, it goes to strike and Felipe just like backs off and then it looks at her like it doesn't know what to do. And Felipe's just like flying around and it's like, "I don't know what to do." And yeah, and she's frustrated now because there's a bird which has evaded her construct's abilities. To, you know, highly profiled assassins can't deal with a flying crow. At which point, on Chronicle's turn, he is going to dump... How many points of Lay on Hands can he dump into someone? How many Lay on Hand points do you have, friend? I don't know how Lay on Hands actually works. I should have looked this up first.
It's if he's using typical paladin stats, it's 5 HP for every level in paladin he has.
For every level of Paladin, how many Lay on Hands things does he get? How many Lay on Hands things does he get, or can he just do it?
It's just one pool that he has.
Lay on Hands, you have your level times 5, in which case he is going to dump 10 points of healing into you, Queglod. Stand back up. You still have 1 failed death saving throw, so keep that in mind. You do still have that, but you are 10 health points up. That
resets in some kind of rest.
As he crouches down and places his hand on you, and goes, "Get up, Queglod. It's not time. It's not time for you to rest." At which point you watch as these 2 large raven wings erupt from his back, floating outwards before he takes off slightly into the air, and he places his hand out towards the geist. The geist is going to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage, as it resistant to fear. Okay. It succeeds, and you watch as the geist looks at him and is just unfazed. That's annoying. And that ends his turn. That's his bonus action, his action, and his movement. So, next is Sasha. You see, maybe like that far away at this point. Give me a perception check, please. This thing is...
Damn it, I wish I had my sorcerer character.
Actually, no,
here.
this is with disadvantage because it's invisible and you have no idea it's there. 12?
I mean, 15.
Yeah. No, you don't know it's there. You just see Queglod currently getting up, being helped up by this stranger who's just erupted wings from his back, and everybody's currently facing towards him.
Can I see this body here?
No, that would be... Actually... I'm gonna say, yeah, you would be able to see the body of, like, a corpse of some kind lying on the ground with a blue and purple thing. And you can see off in the distance, you can see 2 bandaged creatures standing next to a female individual who is currently pulling her hood back up, seeing you guys coming. And a bird flying in front of it going, "Caw! Caw!" just flying there.
What I want you to do, I want you to throw me. No, that'd be a dumb idea.
I'll do it anyway! Alright. Do you want to be thrown?
How
yes
far
or no?
can I be? Question, how far can I be thrown?
You can be thrown to any of these targets. Your damage will depend on the distance.
Okay.
You can cannonball straight through this. You can cannonball to any of these 3 targets because you know they're there.
Okay.
Do it!
If you want.
Oh, you...
Do it, Prophecy.
Right, okay.
Can I estimate the rough amount of damage I'll take?
To not over there, to like be flung into like one of these trees over here.
Okay, to be flying into a tree, you will take reduced damage if you roll a successful acrobatics check. Otherwise, you are taking 20d4 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
because it's effectively horizontal speed at terminal velocity. You're colliding with the tree. You will deal that damage to the tree and yourself. If you succeed on the dexterity saving throw, you take half.
Oh, you have no idea how tempted I am to do this, because that'd be fucking hilarious. No, they're more, I need to live so that they can live. So.
Okay.
Don't, is there any way you can speed up?
I need to find an automaton tile. I don't have one. Hold on.
Do you have the Overlord Elemental? Because that might be a decent.
Yeah, I'll use the Elemental Overlord. I'll just scale it up because it's a. Automaton is technically a huge creature. You want to fight it though. It's not a thing you want to fight. Toss me!
Wait. Question. Could you like try and like gently lob me onto the roof there? Like, because it's not taller than him, so he can just try and like get me up there.
I'm gonna have to roll.
Is that possible?
Potentially, if he rolls well enough.
Otherwise, you might end up on the.
No.
Otherwise, no, not way over here. He'll end up splat in an array of blood and forgotten armor all over the academy. How did he live as a squash of blood all over the academy?
Oh, it's so tempting. No, I'm gonna stay where I am, but I'm gonna start like preparing a spell to use the moment I can.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, so that ends your turn. Behold, it is your turn. You have just seen Queglod go down and just be picked up by this stranger, who you know to be Chronicle.
Do I know the guy's there?
Hmm?
Do I know that guy's there?
You know that he was here last. Don't know if he still is. You know that he was there last.
Do I still need to roll wisdom?
Actually no, because he went invisible, so your fear disappears.
Okay, I'm going to dash over here.
Click. We can hear that, Simon. Just so you know.
Okay. Going to swing my axe this way, since that's where I
You
saw.
dash, so... Oh yeah, you can use an
Yes.
attack with your bonus action.
Yeah.
I forgot. Go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage unless you wish to use Reckless. You have to tell me
Yes.
before. Yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, in which case, only one dice.
Motherfucker!
You go to swing, and it passes through nothing before you hear a ting as your axe is flung from your hand. It is currently lying on the. Whoa!
Whoa!
Sweet
What
Jesus.
the-
hell?
All right,
That's a big axe.
let's. Yeah, it's a big axe. Let's use the. I knew this would come in handy one day. Let's use that old tile we have for the cursed blade.
Ah, yes, I remember that.
Let's use that old.
God, I just thought of a great way I could have survived the being tossed.
What would be thrown at Behold?
Well, no, I'm going to be thrown over here, and I'm going to do healing word as I'm flying, so that when I hit the ground, I heal myself.
Splat. Alright, now it is the Geist's turn. Its target has changed.
Uh-oh.
It's invisible
Oh, no.
and currently... Actually, I'm going to roll for Chronicle, see if Chronicle knows it's there. Chronicle knows it's there, okay. So he will get an attack of opportunity if it does move. Which it will, because it doesn't know that. So, Chronicle, make your attack. You're a paladin, you're going to dump some points of Divine Smite into that strike. Oh, I know you can't, it's an opportunity attack. Never mind. That is his damage, which is a d8 plus 4, that's an 8. He does 12 points of damage. Striking at the Geist. You watch as he strikes out at it. There's this flicker in power of the Geist as it makes the sound again, and you watch as his blade passes through, but doesn't seem to have a reduced effect to it. The Geist is then going to move over here, and he is going to strike at the currently unconscious Professor Flind.
Oh no.
Yep.
That's a bad.
He
Queglod doesn't get an opportunity.
no, because Queglod's currently technically facing this way because she got backstabbed.
question. What way did it travel? Because after it was hit by this guy, wouldn't everyone know where it was?
No, because it was a flicker. It wasn't like a pure down thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So it was like when the attack landed, just as it was about to move, it did that, and then it travelled round this way. Alright, so he makes his attacks. The first one is a 7 versus the AC. That does not hit. Second one is a 14, does hit, and he automatically fails 2 death saving throws. You don't know the state of Professor Flind.
But I'll be there next round, right?
Well, you'll be here, and then you can be tossed if you want.
Yeah, I want to be.
And then you'll
top.
take 12 d4 points of damage as your throw.
Oh.
Yep, I will be doing. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm ready for this.
Okay. So, and actually, no, it is not going to continue moving. Elsyan's turn. Elsyan gets to make a perception check. Oh, it has to redo its stealth check, so actually that might have mattered. Never mind. Behold, you get to make your attack of opportunity because its invisibility fails. As the attack from Chronicle goes through, striking at the beast, you watch as its form just breaks, and you watch as it becomes visible again. So that is 16 points of damage. Is that?
Yep.
So half of that is 8. So you strike at it, doing 8 points of slashing damage to it. It knows.
Wait, is that before I lose my axe or after?
Oh, that's a point. You don't have your axe, so never mind. You don't get to do that.
You punch
I
it.
can
You
do it with my
punch it.
fist.
Yeah, you punch it. So
1d4.
alright, roll me your 1d2 damage. Come on, get something good. You get a +6 on top of it and halved.
Oh.
So you get 7. Half of that is 3. You do 3 points of damage as it runs past you. You go to ball tap it, and you just feel like a squishy mush as you hit it, and it's like ugh. Not something you want to be trying again anytime soon. Doesn't seem to flinch from the strike. As it runs around and makes its attack. Elsyan, who can now see it, and is currently in melee range, is going to dump 3d8 points of psychic damage into it. Using 3 side points, because he can do that. He can just do damage. 3d8 points of psychic damage. 1, 1, and 8. So he does 10 points of damage to the psychic damage to the creature before you. And that.
It doesn't get modifiers?
No. He has a thing which is called Psychic Assault. So long as he can touch the creature, it automatically takes 1d8 psychic damage per side point.
Huh.
But the disadvantage is he has to be in melee range.
Mm-hmm. Which is bad for
Yeah,
him.
because every other one of his attacks will get disadvantage. It's his only thing he can use in melee, other than his spear, which, let's be honest, why would he use that? Okay, so that's Elsyan's turn done. I'm going to delete these elementals, they're getting in the way now, at this point. Right, he has used 1 point in his sanctuary. Okay. Malcom, it is now your turn. Queglod, you are next.
First, I sent you a message on Steam.
Oh.
If you can take a look at it.
Thank you, let me find that. Could. However, your spider would have to roll a stealth check.
Okay. I don't know what the spider is.
Because it is a spiderling, it starts off with a base of 6 stats because it's a newborn, so it has 6 dex. But because it's a spider, it gets a +4 to its dex, and because it's tiny, it gets a +3. So it would have a total of +5 to its stealth check.
I just thought of the greatest plan ever.
Oh dear.
Yeah, what?
You put the spider on top of Felipe. And then they do the double assault.
Okay then.
If Felipe dies, Felipe can be resummoned. If the spiderling dies, it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
Well,
A worthy sacrifice.
Good enough.
Alright, so.
I wanna try and do a stealth check with my spider and have it run over here.
Alright, it is going to be doing both at the same time, so give me a single d20 roll. And then I will roll for the vision of these 3 over here. So, Vision of cultist
Oh
lady.
Nope.
goodness, nope.
Nope, she knows
Never
it's there. And so do both of the other ghosts as they watch as this tiny spiderling like climbs out and like rears up its legs going and it rears them up to like threatening as a threatening position. Actually no, never mind, she doesn't. There's a flaming tree in the way.
Oh yeah, there's a flaming tree. I
It
forgot
raises
about
its
that.
legs up as in a threatening position, attempting to intimidate, forgetting there's a giant flaming tree in the way. At which point, it sees said flaming tree and scurries back to you.
No, I didn't say that way. I wanted to go that way.
Oh, that way? There's still a giant tree
Yeah,
in the
that
way. Speaking of which, this tree is now like burned up. It no longer exists, poor thing. And your flaming sphere is still over here just spinning and burning stuff.
Yeah, but I got nowhere else to put it right now because
Because everyone's in the way, yeah.
everyone's in the way.
Okay.
Or I could just send it into that one, but that might cause a bunch of problems. So
Alright.
no.
Queglod, what would you like to try and do?
Uh,
Unless you had anything you wanted to do, Sudz, sorry.
I wanted to check on the. I wanted to check on this person again.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Just make it.
I mean, you could.
This takes your
Yeah,
bonus
action.
action. Yeah, go ahead, make a medicine check.
Wait, do I actually have to make a medicine check, or could I try to heal?
You have to make a medicine check to tell what his state is, and then you can use your action to stabilize him if you wish. Alternatively, you can dump something like Cure Wounds into him. Provided he's still alive.
Oh my goodness.
Medicine total?
11, I believe.
11.
Yep, he is still alive, but he is just hanging on.
Alright, I'd like to use cure wounds on him.
Alright, what level?
Let's just go with second level.
Second level? Alright, so that's your second level spell slot used, and it is what, 3d8? I want to say?
2d8.
2d8? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
1d8, and then at second level, an additional 1d8.
Oh, yeah, and you add your spell attack modifier. So go ahead, roll your 2d8
Yeah.
plus your spell attack mod.
Which I think is 5.
Yeah. 7 for that is 16 points of healing. Okay. Yeah. That takes him to his max health, which is 10. So.
Well, I mean,
Does
Yeah,
he get
bye.
flipped over?
Huh?
Does he get flipped over now?
Yeah, he does. He is currently, yeah, just a regular human.
What the fuck?
He's a human guy. Come on, what do you expect from him? That's not his actual appearance. This is just generic
Yeah,
human
exactly.
tile. But still.
Yeah.
So,
This guy wasn't supposed to make it, clearly.
well, you don't know that. Okay, so he's currently conscious, but he is prone on the ground currently. And unless someone tries to help him up, he is not going to be able to pick himself up until his turn, which he gets to roll to join the initiative order, which is a natural 12 plus his dex mod of 0, so he's after Elsyan.
oh great, now I put somebody else before me. Jeez.
Alright, so, Queglod, your turn. Queglod?
Yep. This is visible now. correct?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
perfectly visible now.
Yes. Hex went down. I've no more spell slots since Hold Person didn't work. So we'll just go for a raw Eldritch Blast.
Righty, go. Just gonna move base, we're getting cluttered over there.
Nope.
What is that to hit?
Well, 9.
No.
So
Doesn't hit.
no.
You are
And
using
then-
your spell attack mod, right? You should have a spell attack or your spell modifier at the top of your page.
Oh
next
shit!
to your
Yeah, 11 then. Not that that's
11.
gonna make a
No,
difference.
it still misses, but might have mattered earlier.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, and then Felipe's gonna have another go at stealing the necklace.
Alright. So roll disadvantage for attacking a specific
Yeah.
weapon. Or specific thing.
Oh,
Oh,
So with disadvantage, so 2.
that's
No,
6 total.
no, goes to strike. Again. She laughs at it, but she's a little bit furious this time. And when it gets to her turn, which is next actually, she's going to take another swipe at it. which is a natural 4 again, which is 5 to hit, failing to do so. And now the Geist is going to take 2 strikes at Felipe. The first one is a 16 total. That hits, I assume.
Yeah.
Felipe has like 1 hit point. Yeah.
But I
He
do
is
now have
now
advantage on
going
that guy
to
if I need to.
You have advantage on that guy now if you do yes.
Yeah.
So as you, as the creature that's standing there, as Felipe dives towards the individual there who's currently got her hood back up, strikes down, just cleaving Felipe into like chunks of pieces, who then it just goes poof, and turns into smoke, which apparates and moves and swells around in the air. Actually, yeah, that's interesting. How would this work? Yeah, you have advantage on all 3 now.
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting indeed. And now it's Chronicle's turn. Does anyone need healing? Sanctuary is still affecting you, Infernal.
I'm on 24, so.
He's going to move up and he's going to... Yeah, he's going to just perform 2 attacks. Alright, so the first... Actually, wait, does he get flanking bonus? Not there, he doesn't.
Wait, can't he just move on top of my...
Yeah, he stands on top of your weapon, he does. Because Sam is currently technically an opposing force, even though Sam is basically cowering at this point. Alright, so he gets advantage on the strike, which is a 13 and a 14, plus 7 to hit, which is 21. That's 21 to hit on the first strike, and then he gets to make an offhand attack with his shield, which is a 5 and an 8, plus 7 is 15, which fails to hit. Okay, so the main attack hits, and he is going to dump a 2nd level spell slot of Divine Smite into it. Which I believe means he does an additional 3d8, which then gets, I want to say doubled because he's fighting an undead.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to check up on what...
If it's
an undead
radiant
construct.
damage, then they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Divine Smite, it does... The extra damage is 2d8 for the first level spell slot, plus 1d8. And a maximum of 5d8. The damage increases by 1d8 if the target is an undead or a fiend. So he does 4d8 bonus radiant damage to this creature. Plus, so he's doing 5d8 total damage plus the 4 to hit, which he gets. That's quite a bit of damage. Alright, so let me get all my...
Quick question, does radiant damage do anything special to it?
No. Not that you can... Actually, no. Correction. This is radiant damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that radiant damage gets halved. So...
No.
It's not full. Sweet.
No, it's resistant to radiant damage. Just because of its construction.
Because it's resist.
No. You don't necessarily know the reason why it's resistant to radiant or necrotic damage, but there is a reason, which you can later find out if you want to later. So that is 5, 6, and 7.
The scarf.
5, 6, and 7. Can you add these all together for me, Infernal?
Yep.
So that's 5, 6, and 7, and then the remaining...
That's 18.
18, so the remaining 2 points of radiant damage is an 8 and a 2, so that's 28. Half that is 14 points of radiant damage, plus the 4 takes that to 18 points of damage,
18.
plus his natural D8, which takes that to a 4, which means that takes that to 22 points of damage. He strikes as the Geist. You watch as he brings his blade back, bringing it around with a single strike. It cleaves through the side part of it, roughly where its kidneys or intestines would be, striking through. You watch as the bandages like rupture open, and this dark black energy just bursts out of it, and there's just like a strange sound, like a whistle almost, as this happens, and the bandages merge back together, and you see as the gem on its forehead flickers slightly. And then he goes to swing with his shield, missing as he goes to do so as the Geist takes a back pedal from that. Sasha! You guys all hear at this point a Dush, 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 and you watch as this automaton carrying 2 dwarves appears down the street as you watch as there's also a series of guards. So
Right. So I've come up with a basic idea.
Okay.
Toss me at that creature!
Are you sure about this?
Not really, but go ahead anyway. And what I want to do is I'm going to like ready my shield so that I'm into it.
You got a lot quieter when you said when you were talking there.
Oh, sorry.
You want to say that again? You got a lot quieter there.
Right. Sasha is going to be readying their shields and sort of like they're going to sort of like whistle through the air.
What has happened?
I don't know what you're doing there, but you got like really quiet again. Ready your shield, whistle through the air, and bash it.
That's
with your
yeah.
shield.
And smack into it with my shield. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
alright?
can hear you. Okay, so
It's smart, yeah.
the distance from there to there is 24.9. So I'm just going to round it down to 24 because it's a little bit dodgy. So that would mean you take 12d4 points of bludgeoning damage as you are tossed. I, however, need to make an attack roll for strength. I'm throwing a projectile. That's a 17 to hit, so you do hit your mark.
Yeah, and this thing is very squishy, I remember.
You don't know that.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 1, 2, 2. It's 5, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, no, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 points of bludgeoning damage. As this dwarf, out of nowhere, you just hear this whistling sound, and there's a just crashes into the side of this creature. Now, if I remember correctly, what did you magically imbue?
I imbued my shield.
Okay, you watch as this dwarf, out of nowhere, as Sasha comes screeching through with her shield, and just bursts through the chest of it, and you watch as the bandages furl off and fly everywhere, turning into dust. The singular gem falls to the ground.
Yeah.
And Sasha just flies through. I'd like you to make a dexterity check as you're about to skid across the ground over here.
That's fair.
Okay.
Oh.
You pull.
That is a 16.
You pull yourself across. You take the 29 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're
Let me just.
and you're not knocked.
Let me just put that in.
But you are not prone.
You're on 4 HP there?
Yeah.
That was a kill and a half.
Yeah. Do I have my action still?
I'm gonna say for that, no. You will have your bonus action, and you don't.
I was preparing a spell specifically for this situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the fact that you've been thrown, your concentration for preparing it is lost.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you have. I'm gonna say you've used your movement and your action due to the fact that you've just been thrown like 200 feet.
I still have a bonus action,
You
right?
still have a bonus action, yes. Yes, you've been you were thrown 120 feet there. First dwarf to fly 120 feet in 6 seconds.
Well, since I've got a bonus action, I'm going to use one of my second level spell slots to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Where would you like to put it? Oh, now I have
right next to me to fucking protect the shit out of me.
another spiritual weapon. I'll name this one.
Wait, actually, no. You know, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't, because I don't know who this is over here. Oh god, do I want to attack them? I don't know if I want to attack them.
You also see there's a
Ignore-
flaming ball of fire just floating there next to a burnt out tree.
Yeah. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna not do that, and I'm just gonna try and use my bonus action to just, I don't know, try and ready myself to heal myself for next turn.
Okay.
Or ready my defense.
Ready your defense. So your AC increases by 1 because you're taking the. Actually, no, you're taking the dodge action. So anything that attacks you has disadvantage.
Nice.
All right. So let's see. Who's next on the list? Bhold. You watch as this form that was terrorizing you is ruptured by a flying dwarf who just shoots through. Yeah, Sasha just appears out of nowhere, burning in like, kind of like a meteor-ish way, where there's like fire coming off of the shields, just flies through this giant creature, which bursts into ash and flame, and the ruby falls down in the center.
What the fuck?
I mean, maybe either smash or grab that jewel.
What can I do? I mean,
Better gaming, Harlan.
wait, are you telling me these
I
two
know,
are as strong as this one?
Maybe get your weapon.
Well, I'm just thinking. Are you telling me these two are as strong as the other one?
Probably.
Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna go here, take my axe. All the way up.
Your axe, yes. Yes.
Yes.
My
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you dashing?
Yes.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna say you can get to here, max.
Look,
You use 2 to get there, then you use the remaining however many to get that one.
Alright, Sudz, can you pull this guy over to me so I can take damage and not lose my rage?
Okay. At the beginning of the Geist's turn, you watch as the form who's standing up there looks down at you and says, "It's infuriating to have lost one. But nonetheless, I've got what I came for. See you in hell, Doctor." And you watch as she like claps her hands together and they just disappear. Combat is over.
Yeah.
You're late.
Yeah, to clarify, ignore the spiritual weapon, it isn't actually there. But I might use it later, so no.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, because you said you were using it to do something else.
Yeah.
Alright, so after you've just finished, you watch as this automaton screeches down the end of this way, like tearing up a few of the pavings, and just stands there, and a dwarf is let down onto the ground. And
I'm
walks
gonna.
over. The little spiderling's just standing there, like looking around, all confused, and just rushes back to you.
Yeah.
I pick up the crystal and I use identify on it.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Actually, no. This would be a Charisma saving throw. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh no.
What is that total?
Wait. Charisma saving throw.
Mhm.
That is a 2. Plus 2. That is a
10?
10.
Alright. The DC was 10. You feel the presence of whatever lingered inside of it try and infest your body.
Oh no. Put that down.
You drop it?
I mean, can I feel this? Is it going to infest me if I keep
It's
holding
going
it?
to try, yes.
Right, I'm dropping it then.
Okay.
I do not feel ready for this in my current health state.
It takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and as it hits the ground, shatters into small pieces, which then turn into dust and glisten away.
Are you telling me that stone repelled my axe but broke by being dropped from like 2 feet?
Infernal, there's a reason I'm going to beat the shit out of you in our pit.
He dropped it majestically, okay? Just how he is. Alright, so I think that's a good point to take our break. So,
Sure.
yeah, that's good enough for me. Alright, so we will be back in 5 minutes. Is that okay, or do you want a little bit longer?
I might take a little longer because I'll go get something to eat.
Alright, 5 to 7 minutes.
Cool.
Alright. Enjoy the Bard Ballad. Alright, Infernal's gonna be back soon. That or his mic's died, I'm not sure.
I believe it's a D8
Alright.
for Warlock.
Yeah, for a Warlock it should be a D8. Alright, so the party...
How many of them can I expend at once, Chris?
you can expend as many as you want up to your level's worth. Because you took a short rest and you haven't used any yet today.
Well, let's use 2 of the fuckers.
Only 2? What? Alright, let's see, let's
do... This would be
Wait, it's always good to have
2d8
one.
plus 6, I think.
No.
Oh, what's my plus on
No,
mine?
plus 4, sorry.
Your plus should
What
be
would
your
it-
constitution modifier per hit die used.
Oh, so 6.
That's a 1, 4 plus 6, that's 11 points total.
That was for me, so it's
Oh, that
plus
was for you, yeah, so plus 4, so that is 9 for you.
4. Yeah.
And
2d8 plus...
Infernal already did his. These are his 2 rolls over here. And that's 10.
That seems about right, honestly.
So, Sudz, if you wanted to roll any hit die if you took any damage during that fight, which I don't think you did.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't target the people who were doing little damage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Sphere of Death hit him once, I think. But otherwise he took half damage on the rest, so he ignored it.
Wait.
Yeah, because I disregarded half damage according to my little notepad, so... The people who...
Well, it's the only thing I could have done because it was constantly around everybody. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm going to assume by now you've dispelled the Flaming Orb of Death?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's.
It's like, no, it's just floating.
It's
It's just floating there, I'm going to leave it there forever.
Yeah, I'm just.
Right.
I'm just gonna leave it there. Who cares?
Let's get
about
rid of
it,
these excess
right?
dice.
Well, oh, I'm just glad that I saved the day. Who's this person here who I've never met before, as far as I'm aware?
You can't see him.
La 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 la. I've of course meant this person here.
Yeah. At this point, the individual sits up, and by the way, you feel a hand on your shoulder at this point.
Oh, what?
And then, like, this figure just appears out of nowhere, and just says, "Remember me?" At which point you remember, like, the past, like, 3 weeks where things have taken place. But then he puts his other hand up to his mouth to kind of do like a shush thing, and then
I listen, and I'm just gonna be like, so, what's your name, feller? To the small child who is
it's
in
not a
front
small child.
of- I think we can agree to disagree there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so who is he actually?
So yeah, you can see he has a mat of currently ruffled up and mostly blood-soaked brown hair, fairly short. He wears a set of broken spectacles. The glass has been completely shattered in one and cracked along the other one. You can see he wears currently ruined blue and purple robes that are just covered in blood. And you see that there's a chain currently round his waist. It's kind of like a belt, and there seems to be a series of hooks on it, and there seem to be like one book on it, and 2 of them seem to be missing. Or the hook is naturally empty. And he sits up and he says, "Oh, thank you for the help. My name is Professor Flind."
Ah,
Who's-
Professor Flind, the one that I came looking for. Wow, what a surprise.
You were looking for me?
Yeah, I could ask
Now's
you some
not-
questions.
Now's not the time.
But-
At which point he grabs his forehead, and tries to sit upright. And he's like, "Which one of you healed me?"
That would be me.
Well, thank you for the help, definitely.
Let me make sure you're better. I'm gonna do a medicine check on him.
Okay, give me a roll.
By an actual healer.
Rolls a natural 1.
You weren't
Oh,
here.
yeah, you know what? I'm hoping for it.
19.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh,
It's got a +5.
Yeah, he's suffering probably some form of a head injury that needs to be looked at. Probably some form of a concussion. He's conscious but very much wobbly and unable to really think straight, which is the general sign. He's been hit pretty hard, and he's just had an attempt on his life, so yeah, give him a chance.
Mr. The dwarf, is he? Do I know this dwarf?
That's...
Yeah, he's the High Templar. I'm trying to find his name
Okay.
now. Characters, he'll be there. Regan Rustbeard.
Regan, can we get this man to a doctor of some description?
I'll work on that immediately. And at which point you watch
Yes,
as guards are now funneling in while you're taking your short rest and sat down.
I also wouldn't mind a visit to the doctor, as I'm feeling a bit woozy.
I must admit that was an impressive impact, and I'm glad that worked. I guess dwarven ingenuity at its best, huh?
Indeed.
Yes,
How did you generate that much speed, Sasha?
You're watching as the automaton's just like this 20-foot automaton is just standing behind this dwarf, just standing in the way.
Queglod, I'm going to point, and then I'm going to give you one guess.
The automaton.
The automaton just looks down, like, and like it brings up its right hand and just begins to wave.
You did good, buddy. You did very good.
Yeah, it takes the call.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wave back.
Yeah. It's gonna go and sit down.
Nervously.
She just sits down against the wall. There's a she hits the ground and leans against the wall.
I'm just glad I got here in time to make sure no one died.
Also, I finished a short rest, so Philippe's.
Yay!
Yay!
As you're all there, this bird just appears flat out on the ground next to Queglod. It's just tongue out and everything, eyes pointing in different directions. He's just lying there.
Well, I pick him up and just put him on my stuff.
Yeah, you pick him up, you put him on
the stroke.
You put him on the end. The vitality seems to meet him immediately, and he sits and he stands up and he looks at you. Seems a little bit sad for failing.
It's quite all right.
It's your
It's a
last
difficult job.
dying
We'll
command.
get them later.
Right, well,
You guys handle all this. I am feeling very rough. I'm gonna go have a lie down in the.
Hey, Sasha, wanna fight now?
I love how
swear to
the tables
God,
have
I will murder you.
the tables have turned. It's just no, I don't want to. We don't want to fight you. Don't want it to be unfair and you're out of your favour. Behold, I'll just beat you. And then Sasha comes rocketing in, takes all of her health's worth of damage. Just
Look,
we don't want to fight anymore.
Once I'm healed up, then we can have a fair fight. Until then, no.
How about we do it in the big ring?
You do know I can hear you, right, Sasha?
Yes, why?
Well, I'm gonna...
Look, there's physical healing, and then there's mental healing. After being jettisoned by a 20-foot automaton of power.
To be fair, you
throwing
asked
myself.
to be thrown.
Yes, I admit I did, and that was a great thing that I did. I was attacked. But I need to have a goddamn lie down. And saying that, Sasha is going to walk back to the tavern and have a lie.
Okay. Yeah. You don't take any notice of Chronicle, this individual who's travelled with you for 3 weeks and you now remember.
Yeah, no, I'm completely nope, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going back to some bed.
Okay. As you leave the entrance to the academy, like he never even existed.
Oh, well, even better.
You don't remember, you keep walking.
Anyways, so...
So
At this point,
Out of character, I have to leave soon, so that's why I did.
that's fine. Yeah. So you head back to the tavern, take a lie down. At this point, because of the timing of it, it's maybe 4:30, so you can take a rest. You can take some casual time, which we'll do off stream. Where if you want to do shopping, you can do. It's up to you.
I'm just taking a long rest and just sort of like
You
going.
can also do your artisan's blessing thing if you want.
Ah, that's good. I wanted to make a few things.
Do you...
I'll get Dag to be on stream. I'm going to head off now so that I'm not late.
Right. See ya.
Alright.
Right. Have a good luck, guys.
Alright. And gone. Alright, so while you're all sat there, Chronicle walks over and sits down next to you, Queglod, and good thing we won, huh?
That thing was difficult. It was tough.
Indeed.
It seemed to be taking a lot of hits. You and I both know how powerful Bhold is, and yet it seemed to be brushing off his attacks like nothing.
Indeed. You've all grown, which is certainly something. I see you've also got this new party member. Malcom, you can't see him, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking that he's crazy over there talking to himself.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting there like, anyways, what's going on here, and who was that? To Professor Flind.
Okay. Professor Flind, like, as you begin talking to him, he looks over and says, I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that one. Then you watch as the medics who are called in, like, come and collect him, pick him up and take him away. Rogan walks over to you all and says, well, we're in this situation again where you're all the ones at the crime scene, and luckily I saw the destruction of that beast, which I'm going to assume did this. So I'm going to say you can all go about your business, and I'll get back to you on the investigation. You are not prime suspects, but you leave the Empire, you will be hunted down and marked as outlaws. Understood?
Fine. Oh, you should know. There was someone up there on that rooftop, with 2 more of those creatures with them.
I see. We'll look into it and see what we can get from all this.
They disappeared as soon as the one we defeated was destroyed.
Thank you for the information. If you think of anything else that might be relevant, please let us know.
Not a problem.
Chronicle, who's sat next to you, just goes, well, you remember why we're here now. And at this point, you've all, with the exception of Malcom, you've remembered that the reason you're here is that you are to protect Professor Flind. And you don't know quite the reason why, but you are to protect him as best you can, and that Chronicle had some other work that he needed to do around the city. Not sure what, but there was other work that was relevant to the whole deal. Now, from what you know, Queglod, you know that you have not found any additional wingless members since you left. And the only one which you know of is Chronicle, who is currently sat next to you. You also know that he has a item which allows him to restore and remove the memories of himself from individuals within a certain distance. It allows him to be completely immune to divination spells, and it allows him to go without sight or hearing or smell. And there is no way of being able to see him. The only thing is slight glimpse to those who are trusted by him. He sits there and looks at you and goes, it's good you're alive, but I've got to get back to my work. There are still things that I need to find out. Thank you for doing the work that you did in the sewers, by the way, taking care of that white rat.
It's not a problem. I suppose you were investigating down there as well.
I was. It seems that the rat themselves was dabbling in necromancy. I did what I could to find out what I could and where they got the information. The Amber Grin is on the move again. they have a plan to strike at some point. I'm not sure when. But the fact that they are here today and that they suspect that that was one of their members, that they are striking out at old ex-Alliance members, is causing a lot of uproar and suggesting that they're going to move soon. But by the time I'm done here, you won't remember any of this.
Very well. You're going back to skulking around, I see.
As I always do. It's useful when you're wearing heavy armor, and you see that he's wearing splint plate mail at this point, and you can imagine that he makes a lot of noise when he runs.
Yeah. Okay. Just be careful then. You've not gone entirely unnoticed.
Good to
Before I
know.
remembered you, I met a fellow nearby who'd caught a glimpse of you.
I see.
You noticed the cloak you were wearing. I had hoped that meant I'd found signs of other survivors. I guess I'm back to square one on that, but if I found you, then I suppose it's worth it.
I suppose so. Regardless, I must be off, and maybe we'll speak again. Maybe the festival upcoming. 2 weeks' time or so.
Hopefully.
That should be a good time, and I think a time when I can relax a little bit more and reveal myself to you once again.
Yes, we should be careful not to go too long without touching base with one another.
Indeed.
With so few of us left now, we can't afford to go so long without contact.
It is true. But, I mean, if you're going to be going on a journey with your newfound companions, or companion, the rest of them seem to have stuck around after our little job assignment, then so be it. Well, good luck on whatever you plan to do. Then he stands up at this point and looks over at Bhold, and Elsyan says, "Good luck to you both." Elsyan at which point nods and says, "Alright."
Now I think they're all crazy.
Yeah. Now you think they're all crazy, and Queglod, you watch as this figure, the raven wings, fold back in behind him, and he walks out, completely obscured by the guards who are just like diverting, who are just running, and he just like diverts around them, weaving through them. Or you forget, and suddenly you forget why you're looking that way. You watch.
So exactly how much have you forgotten? Just that he was there, or everything about
him.
What we remembered? Okay.
Yeah. You forget the fact that you have met a wingless member, that he is your boss, that you have been with him for 12 years, you have been his best friend for 12 years, you forget that you travelled with him, but the black spot is now a shade of grey and is a humanoid figure. And you can remember the past 2 weeks. And I'll go over those with each of you to tell you what you know.
Okay.
So, you have all forgotten him once again. And you get a feeling of change. Something like you've lost it once again, but it's slightly clearer now. There's someone out there who you know, and they're this person. You know that they are safe, that that individual is a key part in your existence. Would anyone else like to do anything?
I'm gonna go over on the side of this wall.
Just gonna go to the other side of the wall.
Sit. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the other side of the wall and sit so nobody can actually see my spider, so I can feed my spider.
Okay, you feed your spider. The guards at this point have like flooded the area, and they're escorting people out who have taken cover in the buildings and so on. Some of the other individuals, like teachers and that sort of thing, start casting levitate spells and like gathering up all the rubble. And the main area is just cleared. A few individuals are sweeping up and disposing of the ash, which is now a burnt tree.
And
and
flowers.
flowers and a giant scorch mark where it flew across the ground. And probably a very damaged pavement where you kind of left it there for like a good 18 seconds. And, yeah. So,
Can I look at Queglod and say, you wanna go rearrange the fight in the big ring?
I suppose we can go and make the arrangements there. Though,
Cool.
perhaps we should speak to that professor soon. I understand if he needs rest at the moment, but whoever that attacker was, they knew him. Perhaps he knows them as well, or something about them.
Okay, we can do that after.
Yes. But yes, for now, let's get back.
okay. So, as you're all making your way back, escorted by a few guards to make sure you're safe, you make your way back to the tavern. You take your seats, you order your drinks, you rearrange the fight with Baroness
In the big ring.
to be placed in the big ring between you and Sasha. Sasha, who has gone to the crafting stations and has started building something, and Sella says it's okay, these things happen. And just before as you're resting for the next 2 hours, or doing whatever you do for the next 3 hours, which would be shopping, resting, whatever. Let's see the hair. Would you say you guys are all together at the moment? Apparently.
I walked off to go somewhere.
Yeah, well, I'll be with Bhold.
Okay.
But I don't know what Elsyan and Malcom want to do.
Okay. So Elsyan's probably going to go off and do his own thing, gamble his life away, watch some arena fights, that sort of thing. Probably have some elven flatbread. Elsyan does what Elsyan wants. Sasha's off crafting, is probably having a drink, and is probably currently resting, most likely. And Malcom, you're off doing your own thing. As you're both sat there, Queglod and Bhold, you're just sat there at a table, having food or drink, and you watch as Rohal walks over, begins wandering over, and then takes a seat down next to you. So, I heard that you dealt with a peculiar individual. Is that correct?
Oh, up at the academy.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed, we did.
Okay.
Tall, yes, tall, covered in bandages. I suspect you'll have heard about it.
You know what they're called, by the way.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know that they're geists. You know that they have they're built for assassination.
Hmm.
See if she realizes what this is. No, she has no idea. Okay, that's an interesting description. And you watch as the coordinator and other individuals wander over at this point, and they're just lingering at this point.
Well, yeah, forgive me for being blunt, but I've never known you to be a particularly social person, Rahal. Was there something you wanted?
Straight to the point, I see. As a matter of fact, there is. Let's just say I had some eyes on the situation, and I noticed you talking to Thin Air. Is there something you're not telling us that we should know?
Wait, she doesn't know we lost her memory?
No? You've never told her? Oh, I know. She knows you've lost your memory, but she doesn't know about Chronicle, which you've now lost the memory of. You remember being sat there talking to the shadow. That's about it.
Okay, well. Perhaps you'll understand when you're as old as I am.
I see. Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy. I don't know what my persuasion is. I'll check it in just a second.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. My persuasion is... yeah, just +3.
+3. That's good. Well, that works for me. Other than that, I do have a few other questions. So, the individual who you fought, we believe them to be a member of a organization known as the Amber Grin. They've attacked us in the past. You probably recognize the name. They are infamous for their cruelty. You recognize the name. You've heard of it before.
Alright.
And we believe that individual to be a member of. And let's just say, you might be interested to know that there's a bounty on their head. So, if you manage to bring them down, one way or another, I'm sure you'll be compensated. Just giving you a heads up. They've been a thorn in our side for a long time, and I've wanted them dead for a long time.
I see. We'll take note of that then.
Excellent. Well, other than that, I'll leave you to your business, and if you want anything else, I'm sure trade of coin or a favor won't hurt. Good day. And she stands up
And to you.
turns around and walks away. Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything before we
Okay.
tidy up there? If you want to do it off stream, that's perfectly fine. Alright then. So,
Yeah, no, I think I'm good.
alright, so I think that will conclude for today. Fairly good session, I have to say. So, unfortunately, I am away next week, so there will not be a session next Sunday, but there will be one the Sunday after, provided people are there. Yeah, unfortunately Sam couldn't make it. Don't know why, he hasn't said anything, so I'll find out why later on. But anyway.
Are we doing one on Thursday?
What did you say, Infernal?
Are we doing one on Thursday?
Yes, we're doing our other session on Thursday, which is a good point. The other session that I have on Thursday will be going ahead as normal for this Thursday and next Thursday. So be sure that if you want some D&D to watch then, it starts slightly earlier than this one, starting at around about 6:30, but equally I will be updating that. And where is it? Where are you? Is that what I'm looking for? Fire. And what? Alright, so I'm just going to post in chat link to Discord. If people want to join, go ahead and do so. I will in the future be posting my updates when my streams take place on here, if you do wish to join. So, other than that, thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed. This has been the ChrispyCrab stream. I can hear people disappearing already.
Strem.
Stream, yes, indeed. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.